And now, Action 4 Sports with Clay Williams.
What a crazy couple of years it has been for Weslaco's Roberto Amenaza Garcia. A lot of big fights, some big trouble as well that's been coming. He's here in the studio to join us right now. Amenaza, thank you for joining us. Let's talk about pulling out of the Errol Spence fight first. Just last week, what happened there? Why did you feel like you were not going to be able to make that fight?
And that fight was, well, for starters, I should have really thought about before I signed the contract. I signed a contract where we all got excited because it was a ridiculous offer amount of money, and that's really what we jumped at. So I left home here, not wanting to leave. I was trying to have a break finally. You know, I've had such a busy year. We're barely on June, and I've been gone 5 months out of this year alone. So it's been a very busy year for me. You know, I've had some good luck and some bad luck. You know, but that's just the way, you know, it worked out this time around. I left with only about 5-week notice for the fight, you know, but I jumped at it because of the offer. You know, of course, I tried my best to make it happen. And I thought, you know, I'll get out there and I'll rush myself into shape as best I can. And I couldn't do it, man. You know, I couldn't do it. I left that real heavy. Again, you know, I just said, let me just, you know, bite down hard and try to get it done. And I couldn't, you know, I had to lose for about 42 pounds in 5 weeks. And I lost over 30, you know, I still couldn't. It just wasn't enough, man. It was very exhausting. I was doing some drastic cuts and hardly eating, just eating cottage cheese and things like that. It was just losing weight's hard enough and then trying to train hard at the same time. It was real bad timing for me, man. And I had to leave my family. You know, my wife even noticed me when we were FaceTiming on the phone that I was never really happy. I never wanted to leave. But, you know, I'm not excusing it, man. I'm explaining it. We all make mistakes. I don't think I'm the first fighter that doesn't make weight for a fight. It happens many times in this sport, you know. And then I had another bad thing when another big fight that I had with Sean Porter. And that one, I was, in fact, in shape.
Right.
You know, it just so happened that it happened the day of the weigh-in. I had to go to the hospital. I was so something was wrong with me with those injection vitamins. And I'm thinking they were the B12 vitamins. I don't know if that's really what it was. But it was something was definitely wrong with me.
But no matter what, missing the Porter fight as well, that was another a thing of making weight, right? It's all come down to making weight for you now.
Making that, honestly, it's just that, you know, I was fighting at a weight class 147 pounds. I've been fighting at 147 pounds since I was 19 years old.
Right.
You know, it's very hard to do that. You know, I'm 35 now. You know, it's hard to do that. So if I continue boxing, you know, I'm not, you know, if they've asked me, are you done fighting? I've been asked that question for over 5-6 years if I was going to be able to retire. But I can't ever give an answer because I don't know the future. I don't know. You know?
But if you do fight again, you're guessing you're going to go up in weight. You have to.
I have to. I cannot fight at 147 anymore. It's just very, I have to do some things that are insane just to make the weight, let alone I still have to fight. So at 154, I fought in there before. As a matter of fact, this one was at 54, and I pulled an upset on this one too on ESPN. You know, I fought in there before, and I do feel a lot healthier and stronger. I never feel so deprived. You know, at 147, I have to do some stuff that is just, it's insane, you know, just to make the weight. That's hard enough. I still have to fight. But at 54 is more me. That's more of a realistic weight for me. So if God brings boxing back into my life like he has before, it'll have to be 154 pounds.
Well, all right. So you know a couple of things now. You need to fight at a higher weight. You know that you don't like being away from home and family. That makes sense as well.
Big.
Now that you know these things, is it too late? Are there bridges burned because of these last 2 out of the 3 fights that you missed? Or do the people in boxing, do they understand, you know, like you said, boxers make mistakes. You're not the first boxer to not make weight. Do you think you've burned bridges, or do you think boxing does have a chance to come back into your life?
Well, I'm sure I burned some bridges, you know, my mistakes. You know, I'm not expecting them to do me any favor. I mean, they never really have, you know.
Right.
I'm always the one that's supposed to lose, but I win.
It's true.
You know what I mean? It's just, I'm not asking for that handout. It's just that, I mean, I just asking for to bless it, to forgive me for the mistake that I have done, and I can make it up. You know, but I have to move up in weight. I can't fight at 147. I wanted to. I really did. And I was hard-headed. I can make it. Yeah, but these 2 fights have taught me that I really can't fight at that weight class anymore. It cost me a lot of money, a lot of fights, a big bridge. I have to move up in weight if God, in fact, brings boxing back in my life like he has before. Because before, like I've said the truth, you know, two and a half years ago, I wasn't fighting at all. People were asking me, "Are you retired?" I said, I can't say that. Right. I can't say, and I still can't say that now, because this has happened before 2 or 3 times in my career, where it looks like it's over and something dramatic happens and I end up having a good run. And who'd have thought 2.5 years ago that all this was going to happen? You know, it's like, don't count me out just yet, because you know, I've surprised myself before. You know, and I'm not a beaten up fighter. You know, I got 40 professional fights and I'm healthy and I'm great and I have low mileage. Right. You know, so that's one thing, and it's just that if it comes back into my life, I'm definitely gonna have to fight at a much healthier weight class. Right.
And if boxing doesn't come back into your life, there's 2 things. You've already got a successful business. You've got a family. Yes, sir. And your last fight was a win. There's very few boxers.
Yeah, there you go.
If this is your last fight, there's very few boxers who can say they went out on a win.
That's true. That's true. I mean, I've had worse things happen to me in life, more than this. Yeah. You know, and it's like, and if it does come back, great. If it doesn't, I'm still great. You know, I had a great career. 40 professional fights, only lost 3 by decision, and I fought some of the best fighters in the world. I've been world ranked 4 times. I've been all over national TV, and I've done a lot of great things in my career, and I retired healthy, young, without a scar on my face, you know, and I have a successful business, home, car, family. I've achieved a lot of things that I've wanted to get out of my life. So I'm okay with whatever God has in store for me. Right. You know what I mean? So if it doesn't come back, I'm fine with it. I'm great. And if it does come back, I'm going to make the best of it. So whatever happens in the near future, I'm okay with that.
Well, just speaking from me and your fans, we'd all love to see you back in the ring. But if this is it for your career, then like you said, we've had a great time watching you. Weslaco's Roberto Garcia, Amenaza joining us in studio. I want to thank him so much. And we are going to be talking more about boxing this week and maybe more about Amenaza in the future. Action 4 News. We'll be right back right after this.
Thank you.